Well, let's look at the detail. The government's energy strategy says up to 8 new nuclear plants could be built by 2030, upping the pace from 1 a decade to 1 a year. Plans are being advanced to approve 2 new reactors at Sizewell in Suffolk during this Parliament. Wilver in Anglesey is also named as a possible site for either a large-scale plant, smaller modular reactors, or possibly both, again during the next Parliament. But joining me now on the show is Conservative MP for Ynys Môn, or Anglesey to us English speakers, Virginia Crosbie. Now, Wilver is your constituency. I've never known anything like it. Looking at the history of the plans and proposals for Wilver, they seem to change every 5 minutes. Can you trust what the Prime Minister's saying today?
Well, thank you, Alex. I mean, today is a huge moment for Ynys Môn, my constituency here in North Wales. And I'm absolutely delighted with the UK government's British energy security strategy in terms of our renewable, but also giving us energy security. And quite rightly, you mentioned that Wilver has had some history. So I'm delighted to see that we are going to have the Great British Nuclear. This is a government body that will encourage investment, private investment in the sector. We've also got the Future Nuclear Delivery Fund, and we've also got the commitment from the UK government to increase additional investment in this sector.
I mean, 1 a year is ambitious, though, isn't it? How on earth could the government really make that happen?
Well, we've got all but 1 of our nuclear reactors are going off within the next decade, and we need to be investing now. We need to be investing now so that we can get 25% of our energy from nuclear by 2050. You mentioned the Labour Party. In their 1997 manifesto, they said that they could see no economic case for investing in new nuclear. So we really are trying to catch up. So this is a bold, ambitious strategy, and I'm absolutely delighted to be part of it.
I mean, I think you're fair enough pointing out that Labour weren't exactly solid on nuclear in the 90s, but the Conservatives have now been at the helm of the ship for quite a while, and it's taken for Putin to invade Ukraine and energy prices to almost quadruple for people, for the government to pull their finger out today. At what point are they going to change their mind again?
Well, clearly they are actually doing something about it, as demonstrated by the energy security strategy today, as demonstrated by the Future Nuclear Enabling Fund, and also by the nuclear financing bill that went through, that saw royal assent over the last couple of days.
Now, one thing that was proposed relating specifically to Wilver was the idea of building small modular reactors there. That's a technology that certainly excites me because it can be popped up a lot quicker, and we could potentially have great British names like Rolls-Royce helping us to do it. What would be your preference? A big, new, shiny nuclear reactor, or something a little bit more smaller but more innovative?
Well, the goal is to have eight new nuclear sites within this decade. On Ynys Môn, I've certainly got room for 2 large reactors and 3 or 4 SMRs as well. But really, the situation is so acute in terms of us delivering our net zero challenges and in terms of us delivering our security of energy supply that really it'll all focus on different types of reactors. And I certainly won't count my chickens before they're hatched. And we've still got an awful long way to go. But I think it's clear here the UK government has got a very ambitious strategy, and it's good to see the Prime Minister committed to nuclear.
It's an ambitious strategy, but it could be prone to NIMBYism, surely. And I know in the past that Wilver has been beset by local residents potentially being against anything being developed there, and of course green activists. Do you think your constituents are behind these proposals?
Well, the key thing with any of these big, large infrastructure projects is getting that support of the community. And that's why we have DCOs, development consent orders. And this is an opportunity for the community to actually get involved and have a voice. Now, here on Anglesey, the community is very used to nuclear. We've had Wilver, and most importantly, they're used to the good quality jobs that nuclear actually entails. And at the moment, what we're doing is actually importing some of our nuclear from the likes of France. We get 16% of our energy from nuclear. France gets 80%, and they themselves have announced another 6 nuclear power stations. They're going from 56 to another 6. So I think it's really important that we actually get some of those high-skilled quality jobs coming into the UK as part of our whole levelling up agenda.
Yeah, Virginia, I hope so too. I think it'd be a wonderful boost for Anglesey. Virginia Crosbie, MP for Anglesey there on Wilver potentially being in the government's crosshairs for the new nuclear strategy.
Welcome to the GB News YouTube channel. You can watch us live 24 hours a day, catch up on your favourite shows and join in the conversation in the comments below.
Don't forget to subscribe and you'll never miss any of our exclusive content.